It is I, Menace Snowdecker. Welcome back to another YouTube video of BeyBlade Land. Alright, give me just a moment. I gotta rearrange my mic's position. I can't see the keys. I need to press the move. Okay, there. That's better. That's much better. I did exactly as I said I was going to. While I was off in my spare time, I was working. Now, as you can see, I didn't really do much here. I still got blocks I need to add here and there. That's fine. I can leave that for now. But as for the building... Ta-da! Yes, I know it's not much on the outside yet, but the inside is a different matter entirely. It's giving off a lovely vibe already, even though it's far from complete. Just add some lights in here. There we go. Yeah. So I still need to punch the windows. I got glass markers here to remind me so I do not forget. So these will open up. Light will be able to shine through. I need to put lounges in here for resting and relaxing. I still need to add staircases or an elevator in here somewhere. I haven't made up my mind which one I want. Elevators are... How do I put this? An elevator costs less space in Minecraft, but depending on the model you make, it could increase lag. I'm not saying every model does that, I'm just saying depending on the model you make. But then there's something about stairs that just looks really aesthetically pleasing, depending on how you make it. But I've done a very good job. I've added beams, I've added soul sand fires in here. I put down wax fencing, well, wax trap doors, actually. But it looks like fencing, and it honestly looks pretty cool. For areas that I didn't have space for the fire, I just put in a sea lantern. And I've replicated... Bleh! Can't talk. I'm sorry, I just woke up. My brain's not up to speed just yet. Replicated the archway all the way around the whole area. For some reason, I was actually off by 1 block. Which is funny, because this side has a 2 spacing in here. And this one has a 1. Because it's really small and almost nobody can see it, I'm just gonna fill that in completely. You'll never know if you see it in person unless you physically count the blocks. Well, okay, well, I kind of see it. It doesn't matter. It's just a one little detail problem. It's fine. So I'm going to start by punching out the windows, or at least marking where I want them, at least. And then after I got a design I'm pleased with, I'm going to put signs. Actually, no, just signs first. Get the easy stuff out of the way. And might be better if I color code everything so it's easier to find stuff. Actually, no, that'd be more difficult. Hilariously enough, almost every main character for BeyBlade wears blue. Valtahoy, Ginka, or Jenga. Yeah, my brain's not up to speed. It's definitely not. Jackson. Jackson wears blue. Vault wears blue. Pretty much all of them. I mean, they do release more main characters here and there, left and right. But overall, a lot of blue. And occasionally some red. So I'm putting the metal fight stuff down here. So I'm going to use red for this one. Actually, no, put that one down there. It'll look better. Should I change that? I can't decide. Because there's Metal Fusion, there's Metal Fight, there's Metal Masters. I'm just going to put Metal Fight. It feels in the middle. Let's see, Metal Fight. Okay, so that one's going to be Burst then, which means this one right here. Ah, crap. I never watched that series, so I don't know the actual name. And how could I have? It was out before I even existed, basically. Original series. So is it just titled BeyBlade? No fancy lettering? No fuss, no muss? Hmm. Okay, so it's just titled BeyBlade. Well, that cramps things up a little bit. Okay. Not what I was expecting. What am I doing? No, stop that. Okay, so that doesn't work. What if I try putting white on that? What's going to happen there? I don't like that. It looked better before. I still hate it, though. If I... I'm just going to go with that. And this one would be Burst. Blue, red, gray. Light blue. That works. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, now let's make a window design, because I have not figured out what I've wanted. And it is driving me crazy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to make a layout design first, and then we're just going to punch it out. That it makes 7 blocks of space in the middle. So that'll be my starting point here. However, I want something more fancy. I don't want just a basic block. I mean, blocky windows are good. They do have their uses, but I want something a little bit more like that. A bit fancier. Now, some people might question the whole double block design for the wall. However, it does have its uses. Besides, I could easily just cover it up, and nobody would have to see it. Actually, yeah, I do like that. That one's starting to grow on me a little bit. I can't say I like that one fully. How would that look from a distance? Okay, good, so I can still see the lines. Or not. Well, that sucks. Okay. So covering it up is not the answer. I'm actually liking that just a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that works. I've made up my mind. That's what I want. I'll have to measure this out later. Okay. So now I got a design for that I like, so I can work on that in my spare time, and we can have windows the next time around. Hopefully. I'll just have to work on spacing them out in a way that I actually do like. Now I need to make a lounge. Problem is, I don't know what material I want to use here. No, purple would stand out a little bit too much. I don't know. I have not made up my mind on this fully. If I use white, it's going to blend in with everything else. If I use something pink, purple, yellow, orange... Actually, that one might work a bit. This could work if I use something else on the side later on to help blend it together. Okay. Yeah, this could work. Okay. I think I know what I want to do now. I need candles, but that can wait for a little bit later. Blue carpet. There we go. And I'm also going to need a table. So lining this up here. I'd say that looks pretty close to the middle. I have an idea in mind. It just I'm trying to work on it a little bit. Everybody's always building these fancy tables. Quite frankly, I could care less. You know, it's really funny how hard everybody focuses on aesthetic appeals or comfortability when they should just be focusing on functionality. That one first. Quite frankly, I could care less what it looks like in the end, so long as it does its job and gets its point across. I mean, there's not really furniture in Minecraft unless you get a mod pack. And I'm in Bedrock, so I don't have said mod packs I could even put in here. And then I keep getting confused between Java and Bedrock, because why wouldn't I? They're both Minecraft. Why wouldn't I get confused? It's only natural. Uh-huh. Thank you, Eerie Screams. Yeah, I heard you in the background. Okay, flint and steel. I'm going to need that. And we're going to need... Let's see. Orange table, orange chair, blue carpet. Light blue candle. Why? Because it's a little bit more colorful and doesn't blend with the carpet too much, but still stands out in its own way. Now, that does look nice, but that can be a bit better. It needs something here in the middle. But a space divide is not going to cut it. So I need to take this design up a notch and do it in a very unexpected manner. And I think I know just how to do it. Excuse me, Maestro, I need to borrow your chest. No, keep those. Those I do need. That one, that one. Trying to think here. Okay, give me that one. Fact about engineering is this design would actually fail. Reason why is because there's nothing holding it in this section on either side. And although I have supporting beams here and here, this middle section would eventually collapse because it's just too spaced out here. Now, it doesn't look that bad, but once you start factoring in feet, so every block is, what, 3.3 cubic feet? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, not including the 0.3, 27, 30. That's already a whole lot of space right there, 30 feet. So most likely we're going to double that. That's about 60-ish, not including the remaining bits of it in the 0.3. That's a lot of space that's not being supported. So if I do this, then I could support it. But I don't just want to build a silly wall between it. Now, the wall is the overall goal, yes. Here's the thing, though. A basic wall gets boring. As long as you can support it first, you're good. So there's your support. But I want to add something just a little bit more. So I'm going to do this in a way probably nobody expected me to. I'll test that out here in a moment. So I'm going to need a chiseled bookshelf. Is there a way I can... No, there's not. Okay, well that sucks. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, that's what I wanted. It just depends on which way it's facing. Okay. So I can't have more than... Got it. I can't have more than one side facing open. Well, that's stupid. Why not make it two-sided? Or would it not be able to render all that? Oh well. Okay, so that's what the fence looks like. Or not the fence, the iron bar. Here's the fence, and I'm also going to need the gate, because I have not made up my mind on this one. Okay, well, I like the idea, but it's not colorful enough. So let's try a warped fence. You need to be able to blend all the colors together for what it is you're going for. If you use the same color repeatedly, it gets bland. Actually, I can make this look even better. I know that now. My brain's working a little bit overdrive here, just trying to piece this all together. Now, that design was okay for the purposes, but I can make this better. If I space this all the way out, add in bars for all the sides, these will act as support beams. By themselves, they're not going to be enough, given the amount of space. Potentially they could if you're not putting much weight on top, but I probably will. So I'm adding in beams here. However, I'm going to take this a step farther. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attach all these together by one set of double posts. And then I'm going to merge them together. Like so. I have a plan. I have a plan. You just got to bear with me. You got to bear with me. It's going to look great in the end. I mean, it's already creating a small vibe down here, but I can make this better. So what I do now is I add in angles here. These angles will help increase its strength. But even more, it's going to create a small aesthetic vibe here. Now, I could just make a sharp angle, and that would get the job done. But that's not fully what I want here. So I'm going to decrease the angle just slightly, while at the same time doing this. Is there any way I can make those a little bit dimmer? I guess not. Let me try something here. Okay, no, that works. Is it raining? Heh. Okay, so did I get all the sides? No, I did not. And there. I still feel like it's missing something. I guess I can work with that. Ah, my neck's killing me. It's like I slipped on a rock. Ah. So I will replicate that to the other side in my spare time. I'll make more of those windows going all the way around. And that'll create a whole bunch of lighting in here. And then what I'm also going to do this is an old Minecraft trick that people found out years ago and they decided to utilize to their fullest. Actually, no, I'm going to leave that one the way it was. Where did I put that? Did I put that in here? Yes, I did. Okay. They found out that if you put down carpet, light can still shine through it. So, if we put down sea lanterns here, for example, Ta-da! Now the area is even brighter. Now, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm going to be putting one of these in every single section with a bookshelf and everything. I won't be putting this top piece in the two middle ones here because that's already tight enough as it is. And I'm probably going to fill these two sections completely with carpet, considering that there's one piece of space here that's actually missing. So make it easier for myself, I'll just put that little notch in there. That way I know where I'm putting it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make carpet paths here. That lead to each and every one of them. So you could just walk across, or you could follow the carpet. And the carpet will be on top of all these sea lanterns, giving light to the surrounding area. And actually, I might just add a little bit more color here. I mean, that already looks pretty cool inside my mind. But I could add an additional color. Just to surround it all. Therefore, it doesn't feel completely tied into just one set of color. Yeah, so just like that. That's what I'm imagining inside my mind here. And you know what? Honestly, I've already gone this far, so I'm just going to start deleting all this and filling it with sea lantern. I mean, the torches are a nice touch. It does feel nice. But the less dark spaces I have in here, the better. This is what true construction looks like. It's not beautiful. It's long, boring, tedious work. And it has to be done. Sometimes you build something and you don't fully like it and you gotta tweak it or alter it. Sometimes you make something and you hate it. And I just realized I put down the wrong type of flooring. I put bricks down where I should have had deep slate tile. So that is my fault. Yeah, so all that's going to be coated in carpet. An old builder's technique. It's old but good. I'm going to make one last change here, though. I do like the way this all ties in together, but I just feel like the table sections are a bit too boring. I'm adding in a little bit of space. And this would also serve as another purpose in real life. So if you did sit here in real life, you could actually stretch your legs out a little bit while you sit down and read. And that is a very nice touch. Although I suppose... Actually, could I just put one of the in there? Yeah, thank you. I suppose if I really wanted it to tie together better, I should actually be using the blue wool underneath. Yeah, perfect. There we go. I've seen people make all kinds of tables over the years, and I've made my own versions as well. I've seen them stuff minecarts inside of stairs and slabs to make working chairs. I've seen them hold up entire sections of table using nothing but carpet or redstone. It sometimes comes off as a bit sloppy, but it does get the job done. I've seen them use fence, slab, carpet. I've seen them use all kinds of materials for table. But look at that. I like the little vibe that's creating here. I do like that. And I'll just have to replicate that now, all the way around. And I do not have enough time to do that for this video. So I'm just going to finish by punching off the sea lanterns. And then I'll get off for the day and I'll come back later, work on it in my spare time. This is nice, though. This is really nice. I like everything that's coming together here. Let's see, so that's there. That little marker, or no, that goes there. What am I doing? I knew that. Alright, well, we are just about out of time for this video, at least. It stinks because I actually wanted to do more. For now, all I can say is thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. And like always, this is Menace Snowdecker signing off. And I will see you next time. So bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to smile. Because remember, a smile a day goes a long way. And I hope to see you all back here again soon. Hey, one more thing before you go. Could you please check out the links in the description below? Give them a follow. And join the Discord server as well. Recommend some games for me to play. And on here, maybe recommend some more BeyBlades for me to build further down the road. Anyways, I'm going to finish off the sea lanterns, and then I'll see what else I can do from there. But I will see you all next week. Anyways, bye!